Nioh 3 is almost here, and this might be the best time to jump into Team Ninja's brutally satisfying action RPG series. And if you've never played a Nioh game before, don't worry, this one's way more welcoming for new players. I've been hyped for this ever since the reveal, and today I'm breaking down exactly why. Fair warning though, Nioh's combat goes deep. I'll get a little nerdy, but I promise I'll keep it clean, clear, and easy to follow. Let's get into it. So one of the biggest changes in Nioh 3 is style switching. Instead of only rotating between high, mid, and low stances like in Nioh 2, the game now revolves around two broader combat identities: Samurai and Ninja. These aren't cosmetic, they fundamentally change how combat plays. Samurai style is basically classic Nioh. It plays very similarly to Nioh 2 and still includes all three stances. So if you're comfortable there, you'll feel right at home. This is the slower, heavier, and more deliberate side of combat, where chi management and positioning matter most, and also happens to be the system that got so many players to love that game. Ninja style, though, is the real shake-up. This feels like the biggest evolution Nioh's combat has seen, and you can clearly feel Team Ninja's Ninja Gaiden experience coming through. Instead of grounded samurai combat, you're dodging and weaving aggressively, repositioning faster, and straight up moving like a ninja. You even get mist clones, which leave behind a phantom decoy to draw enemy attention. There's no chi pulse here, and that difference actually matters. Think of it as changing between two combat identities. Nioh 2 still has one of my favorite combat systems ever, but it oddly lacks jumping and dedicated deflects. But since then, Team Ninja released Wulong and Rise of the Ronin, and that experience clearly feeds into Nioh 3. Jumping adds a new dimension to traversal in combat. Verticality actually matters now. Deflects, on the other hand, are just as important. Nioh 2 technically had parries, but they were buried in weapon skill trees. In Nioh 3, deflecting is a core mechanic, and if Team Ninja pulls this off anything like Wulong, this game is going to have insane amounts of style and really satisfying combat. As a Nioh 2 fanboy, these two things are a dream come true for sure, man. So, isn't this just hack and slash? Well, it might look chaotic at first, especially with ninja gameplay, but this is still Nioh. Everything is governed by the chi system. Chi is your stamina. Attacking, dodging, blocking, and using abilities all drain it, run out, and you're wide open to punishment. So no, button mashing is not going to work here. All enemies in Nioh aren't just monsters. They're yokai from Japanese folklore. In Nioh 2, you were half yokai yourself, but that's no longer the case here. You're fully human in Nioh 3. Instead of becoming a yokai, you channel their power using a new system called Living Artifact, which is basically Nioh's living weapon and Nioh 2's transformation in one. When it's active, your guardian spirit temporarily powers up your attacks and abilities, giving you a big combat boost, and from whatever we've seen so far, it's game-changing. Seriously, it's literally easy mode. Dude, the whole system's been revamped, so I'm just gonna leave you with this much for now. Additionally, there's new quality of life features, including changes to the HUD, but the one that stood out the most is auto-optimized gear. These games give you a metric ton of loot and gear, like a lot. So when it comes to armor sets, just a click of a button will equip you with your best gear within the criteria that you set. Nioh 3 introduces large open field zones instead of strictly linear missions. These areas are still carefully designed and challenging, but allow more freedom in how you approach fights and exploration. It's not a full open world, just more flexibility. You can also crouch now, so stealth is on the menu. But difficulty-wise, it's still going to be brutal, I'm pretty sure. You're going to die a lot, but getting better actually feels rewarding. So if things get rough, there's co-op, I guess. You can suffer with a friend or randoms. Either way, it's fun. So as someone who spent an unhealthy amount of time with Nioh 2, I'm genuinely hyped for Nioh 3. This feels like Team Ninja refining what already worked and adding just enough new spice to keep it fresh. The game is out on the 6th of Feb, but the demo is out on the 29th of Jan, so go give it a shot. And when you die, don't be a baby. Hehe, just kidding. Anyway, see you in the next one. Bye.